Hi everybody, welcome to Turbotalk. I'm here with my husband Kai, and my name is Burju, B for short.
And this is our podcast.
This is our first podcast. My initial idea of starting this podcast was to connect on a different level with my husband because we do talk, but it's to an extent. I mean, I am a girly girl, but I also do love a lot of things that men also do love, other than women.
Like cars.
Cars and...
hence the name.
I love video games, this, that, whatever. But I do love cars, and I felt like if I did sit down and listen to his thoughts and his opinions on things...
And knowledge.
And knowledge, of course. he keeps mentioning that. I think that I could understand him better, understand what's going on in his...
head.
Mind, yes. Because I sometimes can't figure you out.
I don't think anybody can.
Well, can you figure me out?
I'm getting there.
Okay, so exactly. So basically, I want to interview you, but not really, because I just want this to be like a chill, relaxed thing between us.
Okay.
I want to sit down. I want you to give me your thoughts and me to say my own
Mind
thoughts.
you, I'm walking into this.
Yeah.
Like, within a 5-minute notice. So it's kind of spontaneous, which is good.
I bought microphones.
Yes, you did.
I bought microphones.
So it's legit.
You had no idea, and I just said, you came home, and I was like, well, we're going to start a podcast.
Yeah, and we're going all in for now.
For now. I agree.
We'll try it out,
hopefully
see what happens.
takes off.
If it takes off,
If it doesn't,
we'll start having guests over and whatnot and go from there.
Because you do know a lot of people in the automotive industry.
Correct. Yeah, I mean, people think the automotive industry is huge, but everybody knows each other, so...
Everybody knows of each other.
Correct.
So, Kai co-owns...
Especially where we are,
a shop in Farmingdale, in Long Island, in New York, called Elite Motorsports. For all of you newbies.
Check us out.
Check us out at elitemotorsport.net.
Or Elite Motorsports on Instagram.
What?
Instagram.
Oh, at Elite Motorsports.
Yes.
So
Sports.
Sorry, man. I just totally ruined your moment. But it's who better than you? I tell this to you all the time. Or I say this to you all the time because that didn't sound right. Vlog about your day. Always. Like,
I don't have time.
You have so much
I have time.
knowledge, like you said, about everything that people deserve to know your perspective. Like, I'm impressed with you, and I don't get impressed with anyone or anything for that matter.
It's a very... To do it right, and the way I would want to do it is... It's in my to-do list of many other things.
What, vlogging?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think the podcast is a start. Even though...
Because it's not just taking the content. It's editing it, doing it right. It's not just point and shoot.
No, you're right.
Upload.
And you don't have time to edit, so you would need someone to edit like myself.
I would... Not even that. It would be... way more involved than I would like to get into at this point. I got other stuff to worry about.
I know that.
So
I want to bring up your RS3.
Okay.
For those who don't know, Kai's RS3 recently just broke a record for being the only RS3 that's still in stock condition, that's tuned, has a tuning kit, which they do offer at Elite Motorsports, that broke a quarter-mile record. Was it 10.2 from what I remember?
Yes, 10.2 full-weight street tire
Which
record.
Is crazy considering that people are doing 9s with full, no weight.
Yeah,
taking
basically
off the weight. Where they have to struggle so hard to basically, get it to a condition where it's light like feather-like.
Right, and not
stock. And
correct.
you're doing this with just stock and just tuning, simple tuning.
Well, not simple, but minimal upgrades with high results. That's essentially what we're doing.
Yeah, which is very impressive, and I think that's amazing. And when you told me this, and there's a quick backstory about this RS3, because just like I didn't tell him about this podcast today, we are a couple full of surprises, and sometimes his surprises really
surprise you,
frustrate me, but I still do get surprised. He just randomly called me one day, and he's like, "Hey,
I'm going to Brooklyn."
No, you called me after you got it. You didn't even tell me you were going to Brooklyn. You just called me, and he said, "Hey, I'm coming back from Brooklyn." And I said, "Hey, are you all right? What's going on?" Because usually, he's in Long Island. We live in Long Island. And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Remember that RS3 I was telling you about?" I said, "Yeah, the Nardo gray one." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, I just bought it. And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Do you have a house somewhere on an island that I don't know about?" But it was a surprise to me. But I'm glad you did it, because you had warned me. Not warned me. That's such a weird word to say. You had foreshadowed that you were gonna do what you did, and
that was the end goal.
Yeah, and you didn't BS me, which I'm glad. Now the feelings I felt during that phone call are totally gone. But yeah, I mean, I am so proud of you. I'm so all right. Okay.
I'm smiling. Nah, it worked out good. It had to be done. Yeah. We did it, and hopefully next year, since this year is almost over. What is it, December 7th, 6th?
It's December 6th.
Right now.
It's 9:47 p.m. actually.
So hopefully we'll start pushing more of these setups on other cars.
Yeah. And the reason I said this is
because if not, we'll just have a badass car.
It being our first podcast, I want the listener to know who you
Listeners
to know who you are, because that's important. I mean, I want to know who I'm listening to. Am I listening to Joe Schmo who doesn't know about cars, or am I listening to somebody who busts his behind?
Always learning. I'm not,
No, you're not. Nobody's perfect. I don't think anyone's a car god.
I'm always trying to learn new things and better educate myself.
And I think that's what makes you who you are. It makes you powerful.
That was the seat. Sorry.
I don't think anyone heard that.
All right, good.
My next question to you, which I have been wondering, and I think I never asked you this, which is totally crazy. What is your favorite car?
Today,
right now.
No budget. What I would get?
What?
Or what my favorite car is?
No, I don't care about what you would get, because I know you're going to pick something smart versus something luxurious. I don't want you to say, "Oh, this is a better make. This is a better engine.
Right.
This is better,
like
body." No.
I'd say I gotta go with the McLaren P1.
Okay, I knew about that actually. You've mentioned that various times, but I found out the price a couple of days ago, and
it's retarded.
It's just not going to happen unless,
this podcast takes off, and no, it probably still
won't happen. No, I think we're better off just getting another RS3, probably multiple RS3s versus that. So P1.
Yes.
It is a nice car. But I do have to say that I don't think the P1 is as hyped up as it is here than it is maybe overseas. I feel like if I'm in Europe and I see a P1, I'd be like, "Oh, holy shit, there's a P1." Because it is an English car.
True,
So over here I feel like it's very underrated. Yeah. I don't think anybody in California, which I'm shouting out to California because it's full of celebrities and people who are able to buy these types of exotics.
Yeah, it's like a needle in a haystack kind of car, in my opinion. But there's other options out there. Bugatti, the Chiron just came out. Yeah, Koenigsegg's out there from Sweden.
That's my favorite car. That was my favorite car. When I was 17, I'm 27 now, so 10 years ago. And it wasn't popular then.
No, it was they were just starting out back then.
There was nobody really. As soon as I saw that car, I fell in love with it. And I actually showed you a picture of, I had this tiny little poster.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was the most amazing car I had ever seen. And then I remember, I think what changed my way is the fact that it was underrated. I think drew me a little bit away from it. But now it's like,
yeah, now they're on a whole different level.
Yeah, you have one now. Oh,
right.
Cool. Wow, And then, the Maserati comes for me next.
That's attainable.
The
Gran Sport.
Turismo.
Or Gran Turismo, yeah.
Yeah, in blue.
Okay.
Preferably in blue. That's just like, wow. If, be still my heart. And then I would say the R8. R8 is my classic car that I will always love.
Yeah.
And I think it is affordable. I think the Gran Turismo is also affordable. Not maybe new, but used. I'm sure you can get a good deal on it.
You can get a good deal on it.
Affordable being if you're middle class and, you don't have kids and you have shit money to spend.
Right.
So
different scenario, but there's the auto industry is very vast in what you can get. And
so my next question to you, I don't want to cut you off. Were you going to say something?
No.
Okay. My next question is, I asked you your favorite car. So my opposing question would be, what is your least favorite exotic? I'm saying exotic, not car.
Probably Ferrari, because they're unreliable.
Just totally have to agree with you on that, because I feel like you can't fix it. You could, but it's going to cost you an arm and a leg.
I've been doing what we've been doing for almost 9-10 years now on a full-time schedule, and every single time a Ferrari came into the shop, it was the most random things that we had to repair that I've never seen go bad on any other car.
And the most expensive.
Oh, yeah. The parts are very expensive.
I remember you telling me you replaced a clutch once. How much was it?
$9,000-$10,000.
It's crazy.
And that's on the cheaper end.
But I mean, if you can afford a car in that price range, you're going to have to suck it up and take it.
Right.
That's my perspective on
that. But, do I think they're built well? Absolutely. Can they be more reliable? That's another
Do you
topic.
think they break down more than Lamborghini? And
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Versus other cars?
Absolutely.
There is one car I think that I really liked, and I felt like nobody really gave attention to it, and it was actually on Grand Tour, which is probably one of my favorite shows at this point, with Jeremy
mm-hmm.
and the boys, and the Rimac.
Yes.
I thought that was an awesome car. I mean, it appealed to me. It looks sexy to me.
It's hybrid. It's the next coming thing.
Yeah, it just looks sexy to me.
It's a performance hybrid car.
I think it was a Croatian
fully electric.
Yeah.
Just like a Tesla is.
Mm-hmm.
Which that's like the next big thing coming. But I'm really not a fan of hybrids, honestly. Do I think they're cool with this autopilot shit? Yeah, it's nice and all, but I like going fast.
No, I agree.
With engine noises, not motor noises.
That's a bold thing to say.
Yeah.
Because you like cars. Because not
no, I mean the technical standpoint of the hybrid is very cool.
I
don't
think
get
you
me wrong.
respect cars enough to not let it go that route.
Right.
And I get that. But the Rimac, to me,
Rimac is pretty cool.
Was sexy. And I'll say that again over and over again. And from what I remember, it's Croatian. It's from...
I believe so, yeah.
Matt. The guy's name is Matt Rimac, from what I remember. Mate?
Yeah.
Well, I
He's actually like 30
it.
years old.
Yeah.
He's like younger than I am.
What are you doing with your life?
I know, right?
What are you
well,
doing,
he's got fuck you money, so.
Yeah, we weren't going to curse, but.
Oh, yeah.
We
could bleep that out.
All right. We're definitely not getting monetized now. Is it monetized?
Monetized. Monetized.
That's like when I say vlog.
Yeah.
It's not vlog.
Yeah.
So stupid. It should be. If blog is blog, then vlog should be vlog, not vlog. But monetized, yes. So, like I said, I thought it was a total sexy car. And like when I saw it, I was like, oh shit. Like if I had FU money, as you put it before, I would definitely say FU and buy it.
Right.
Another car that I find incredibly...
Can you shut the window?
Why would you say that right now?
Just close the window.
So, another car that I find incredibly sexy is the new Porsche, the hybrid. It's called Taycan or it's a hybrid.
E-Mission? E-Mission's coming out too.
Well, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm judging by what Cayenne sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
I did say Porsche. I'm sorry if I offended anybody. It's Porsche. So
it's true.
The Porsche Taycan or whatever. It's just I think that it looks really dope and it looks sexy.
I don't think I've seen the Taycan yet. I think that's like the truck.
It's not a truck. It looks it's more of like a sporty looking.
I know it's the E-Mission is coming out soon.
It's very sporty looking.
Yeah, Porsche's basically
it's electric.
Going after.
I think is it the E-Mission? Is the Taycan the? It says.
I don't know.
It whatever.
Porsche, if they do it correctly, which I'm sure they will, it's going to compete with Tesla significantly. The thing with Tesla is I feel like if they produced what they promised, they were going to be untouchable. But everything that they're coming out with, especially the Model 3, which is like the
Speaking of Tesla,
the standard model,
the cheap one,
the cheaper, the affordable one.
I still don't think
they just can't.
$35,000 is affordable.
For what you're getting, it's pretty good.
Well, if someone is driving, okay, you want to make this a worldwide type of thing, right? That's what your goal is. You want everybody to drive a Tesla.
Correct.
You're not thinking, okay, this is untouchable. It's not a Ferrari. It's not a Lamborghini. It's not a.
Well, that's what the Model 3 is. You
okay.
know, it's going after that market.
So start its base price at $20,000.
It's not going to happen.
Well,
but with Porsche going after the hybrid car market, which, you know, I don't think is going to save the world. Or I have my opinions on that, which we could talk about if you want. But yeah, if they stick to it, which Porsche usually does, I think it might even take out Tesla in the hybrid world.
BMW has one, right?
They all have one.
Yeah.
But
BMW one is cool though. Isn't i8?
Yes, just the i8, but that still has a engine in the back.
Well, you know, I thought about this, and I've said it to you before.
Yeah, it's not all electric.
So you can fill up gas in it?
I think so, yeah.
So I think that's how these hybrid cars should be. When you are, like, I've said this before, like, what if disaster strikes and you're out of electricity? Or there's a earthquake, or there's a tsunami, or there's something going on. I get it. If there's a tsunami, who the hell is going to want to drive their car? You're just battling for your life at that moment.
Right.
But let's say stuff goes back to normal. Let's say it's not a tsunami. Let's say it's an earthquake. And, you know, the region is out of electricity.
I mean, if that's the case, if you run out of gas and you can't pump it.
Yeah, but let's say gas is
available.
available.
If gas is available, you can still put it into your gas engine and go your way.
Yeah, but if it's an electric,
then you can't.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like going out to your car in the morning and it doesn't start. Right? And
yeah.
Essentially the same thing.
It is the same thing.
But yeah, if like going back to the hybrid thing, I don't think hybrid cars are gonna save the world or the environment. There's far more other things that are, you know, highly hurtful to the atmosphere compared to transportation pollution.
But you can't just see it like that. You can't see it as, okay, these cars
emissions
are
standpoint,
trying to...
it's really not even comparable.
You can't see it as these cars are trying to save the environment. I think it's just, how do I explain this? Think of cereals, okay? And this is just the easiest way for me to explain this, because there's so many types of cereals, but there's so many types of
brands,
cars.
Right.
So they're sugary cereals full of processed stuff.
There's cars for everybody.
That's what I'm saying. And then there's healthy cereal. And the healthy cereal appeal to people who want to maintain a healthy lifestyle, and the sugary cereal, the gluten-free life, and the sugary processed cereal just appeals to...
Yeah, but you don't realize to make those hybrid cars, the pollution is there when they're producing the batteries.
I don't think that's the point. I think the point is to market more vehicles that appeal to people. It's all about marketing.
Yeah, it is.
Not, nobody sits there and says, well, how can we
At the end
save
of the day,
world?
they all have to make a profit out of it. So
of course, I personally don't think they're trying to quote unquote save the world. If one country is saving the world, it's definitely, and I'm sure a lot of people would agree with me, the Netherlands. Like, everything there saves the world. So this is totally unrelated, but I feel like the fact that they do make these cars the way they make them is not going to change anything at all. Like you said, it's just going to appeal to the consumer as, oh, this is green. I live a green lifestyle. You know, I don't use Windex. I use Method. If anybody knows what that means. Method is just like...
different.
It's Windex. Like Windex is like, you know... Our
it's the hybrid Windex?
Enemy, like, you know?
Alright.
Nemesis. So, I think it basically just comes down to that. But we just hit 22 minutes, and I think that for
that was quick.
Our first podcast, I think that should be enough, and I think we'll have more to talk about next time. So I want to thank everybody for listening to us this evening.
And subscribe.
Whether it
Sorry,
be
I wanted to say that.
Morning or evening. We do thank you for, you know, sharing your time with us.
And if there's anything you'd like us to talk about, you know, let us know. Comment below.
Very cliche. Thank you for joining us
but
again.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and, you know, we'll see you next time.
See you next time.